Hey there. Well, it looks like I'm backwards for some reason on YouTube. I have no idea why, but here I am, and I am. Let's see if I can turn that around because that's super annoying. Um, let's see. So I am the landlord coach, Mark Dolphini. It's good to see you. And I'm just looking at my YouTube frame. I'm not sure why I'm backwards. Oh well. Anyway, I will. Uh, I want to make this point here really clear, and I'm going to move this along pretty quickly. But the third quarter just ended. Whether you realize that or not, we are in 2019, and as it's hard to believe that we're already 3/4 of the way through the year. But you know what? I've been very, very purposeful, very intentional. I do not let time get away from me. It was a long summer, but it was because I just wasn't being super intentional with my family and spending my time doing other things that really were not my highest and best use of my time. But I will tell you that as I'm going through and doing more and more of these, self-reflections each and every day, being very thankful for what I have and moving closer towards my vision, it's time to take stock. These milestones along the way are really good times to take stock. And we just ended the third quarter, now heading to the fourth quarter of 2019. Sooner than later, we're going to be talking about all the great things that happened in 2019, right? And then as we're getting more into the the presidential election cycle and all that stuff that's coming up, we're just it's going to be hating life. But what I'm saying to you is, have you taken stock of how far you've come? I will say one huge victory for me this year is the fact that I paid off my student loans. And that's huge. That is absolutely huge, because I'd set that out to be a vision of mine. I don't even remember, about 3 years ago, that I wanted to be completely out of debt, and I was going to start hammering on my student loans. And that was just one of the loans that I was starting to hammer on for a while. Now I've got some credit card debt that I need to get out of, but that kind of just creeps into your world, right? So I'll take care of that over the next few months. But once that's done, then I'm going to start hammering on my mortgages and really working on getting completely and totally out of debt within the next couple of years, by 2021. So are you taking stock? Have you taken stock of where you're at now that we're done with the third quarter? Have you taken the time to really get purposeful and get intentional about the direction that you're heading in, where you've come from, and where you've gone? Now, this is where I use the map analogy all the time to say, a map is only good if you know two things, right? A map is only good if you know where you are and where you're headed. And this is a really good time to take a fix on where you are. And if you're headed in a specific direction, right? It's those people who have a 5-year plan, which the 5-year plan, actually the 5 years never start, right? If you know that one of those people, but hopefully that's not you. Well, the 5-year plan is moving forward, and you're, 4.5 years into your 5-year plan. Are you moving towards that vision for where you want, right? In that map, it's where you're going. So we're taking an intermediate fix of where we're at right now in the navigation world. We would do that. And where are you headed? Are you headed in the right direction? So if we're heading from Atlanta to San Francisco, are we headed towards Canada? Probably not a good direction for us to be headed if we're heading straight towards Canada. That's not getting us in the right direction. So that's why these intermediate milestones along the way are really good for us to take those fixes. Now, I'm just going to give you some really short, good advice. I think it's good advice because it's been really good advice for me. This is where a coach can really help you out. It doesn't need to be me. In fact, for many of you who are not interested in real estate, I would say I'm probably not the person that you need to be calling upon. But specifically, if you are interested in getting to a place much, much faster, look at getting a coach, and specifically someone you're going to pay. And I'll tell you why. Because when you're paying a coach and if it's someone you're not paying, like a mentor. And again, I see people click in and click out. And as soon as I start talking about paying someone, they're like, oh man, I don't need that. Yeah, because you have to all of a sudden hold yourself accountable to actually showing up and doing something. I put a meme up there on my Facebook page a few days ago about, the look that you get when your business coach is calling and you've done nothing since your last session. And you're like, I really don't want to take that call. Right. But you're paying this person, several hundred, sometimes thousands of dollars a month to coach you to get to a better state of yourself. And you're just jacking around, coming up with good excuses. And quite frankly, any excuse will do. Really, it doesn't matter. You can make up any excuse and any excuse will do. It doesn't really make a difference what it is. So that's where I'm going to leave off tonight. You're at the end of the third quarter. Time to take stock of where you're at. Heading into the fourth quarter, where are you headed? What are you doing? And is it where you want to be headed? Is it the right direction? And if not, like I said, I'm not the coach for everybody. It might be something that's worth having discussion over. But if it is, if it isn't, then let's talk about it. You can send me a message here on Facebook. If you're on YouTube watching this, go ahead and go on to Facebook, or you can just drop me an email, mark@landlordcoach.com, and we will schedule a free coaching session. And we'll see about getting you headed in the right direction, whether we do a coaching session, a coaching contract, or coaching relationship or not, whatever works best for you. Okay, have a great rest of your evening. Remember, there is no amount of money that will make time irrelevant, so make sure you're making the most of yours. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you. Bye-bye.